Right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to this webinar about e-commerce. I am Giulia Bonanni. I work for the Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce. Some of you already know me. I'm one of the International Trade and Customs Advisors here at the Chamber. And today I am here with Jason Harros from Infinity Blue Group. Thank you very much for joining us today. And Nielsen from Walmart. Thank you as well for joining us today. So I'm just going to do a brief introduction about the chamber for those of you who don't know us and what we do, and then I'm going to pass it to our speaker. Right, okay, so the Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce is actually one of the largest accredited chamber in the northwest of the UK. We were founded 231 years ago, and we cover 10 local authorities in the northwest of England, which are the one listed here. We have around 4,200 members, of which cover different size, different sectors, and among those, around 3,000 of them are importers and exporters that we help in their international trade journey. We help them through a massive network of connections that the chamber has with obviously other chambers across the world, but also third-party companies that we work with, like Infinity Blue, for example, and help our clients in achieving their goals overseas and expanding overseas, or just finding agents, distributors, and so on. We were selected as a multi-award winning chamber, so Chamber of the Year, Excellence International Services, and Campaign of the Year. We provide world-class support in different areas like PR and networking, policy and representation, research, international trade, and we organize loads of events annually. So around more than 200 events, which might space from networking events, property and construction, engineering, and so much more, but also international trade events, which are going to focus obviously on international trade topics and particular regions, countries, or areas. And we have actually two events coming up. For those of you that were already in the webinar, you already heard me talking about that. But we have an event coming up in the next few weeks about UNE, trading with UAE, and then another event with the International Trade Center, which is gonna bring to the UK, to Manchester, 15 Kenyan businesses which are willing to meet UK business. So if you're free on the 4th of December, please join us. In terms of the international trade services, we tend to help companies in pretty much different areas. So we help with market entry services, which means that if your company is looking to expand overseas or is looking to find partners, agents, distributors overseas, or just to get like support overseas, we can help you with that. And we do that through the network of connections that I mentioned earlier. We also provide training. It can be obviously import and export focus training. We have loads of training courses which are accredited by the British Chamber of Commerce. And we also provide bespoke training courses, which are going to be more tailored to your company and what you're looking for. We help with compliance, so anything related to rules of origin, tariff classification, customs processes, audits, all of them, like we can help you with that. We also provide export documentation, so we have an export documentation team that deals with UR1, certificate of origins, ATA carnets, legalization, apostille, and authorization services. So if you need any help with those, please get in touch with us. And we are also customs broker. So myself and my colleagues are helping companies in obtaining import and export documents, as well as T1s, GMRs, transits, IPAFs, and so much more. So if you need any help with these kind of documents, please get in touch with us. And we also assist businesses with getting paid services. So we help companies with credit checks, letters of credits, foreign exchange, cargo insurance, and so much more. So if you're curious about all these services, just visit our website or get in touch with me at the end of the webinar, and I am happy to help you and assist you further. So, this is just our Trade Hub, the resources that we have on a Trade Hub. We have obviously a US tariff resource hub, which has been very useful in the last year. And you can find all the training courses and events on our website. Now, I'm going to pass it to Jason Harros from Infinity Blue Group. Thank you very much.
Hi, Julia. Thank you so much for the introduction there, and it's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation. As Julia mentioned, my name's Jason. I'm the commercial lead for Infinity Blue Group, and this is my presentation, which is E-commerce Unlocked, Strategies for Digital Growth. So with regards to Infinity Blue Group and our global reach, we've actually got partnerships with brands globally across marketplaces, D2C and retail. So that's to say that we don't just partner with UK SMEs, but we partner with SMEs all over the world, from the US, France, Germany, you name it. We operate in 18 plus markets across the UK, Europe, North America, South Africa and APAC. And we offer direct integrations with Walmart and Shopify and other major in-market platforms. And we also offer distribution. We also offer a distribution network through top-tier 3PLs and fulfillment providers with end-to-end international compliance and operational support where needed. Finally, we offer deep expertise in go-to-market strategy through localization, logistics, compliance, and market entry for global expansion. Now, this slide, in short, highlights where we've got boots on the ground and a real presence, where we can actually support you scale up and accelerate into market. As you can see, we've got 2 offices in the US, the home of Walmart, Bentonville. We've also got 2 offices in Europe, Australia, South Africa, and let's not forget the UK. So our method, in short, is a full funnel strategy. We see accelerating your global presence as an infinite loop, not just a straight line. We're involved at every stage, and we know what works, what doesn't, and why. And that's because we've got an experienced team behind us. We create purposeful strategies that connect, converts, and tells your brand story the right way. With regards to our core services, from performance marketing and marketplaces to retail, content and PR, we help brands grow, scale, and shine across global and regional markets. Our 4 core services are marketplaces, digital commerce, social commerce, and retail. And if we break these down, if we break these down a little bit more, with regards to marketplaces, we know them inside and out. So we can support with, for instance, account setup, product listing optimization, digital advertising, and compliance and logistics. With regards to digital commerce, that's marketing that works for you. We can support you with your online shops, digital marketing, conversion rate optimization, and user experience, through into social media commerce, which is, in short, telling your brand story the right way, through content production, organic social management, influencer management, and digital PR. Now, we do offer this service from a digital first through into retail, that's bricks and mortar. And the markets we offer this service in is the US, Australia, and South Africa. So we can support you with things like compliance, supply chain, and shelf space. As part of our wider proposition, we offer co-packing solutions for beverage brands. So why might you want to manufacture domestically? In short, with regards to the US, it helps you avoid Trump's tariffs. With regards to the EU, it helps you avoid the regulatory red tape that's come about because of Brexit. So it helps you avoid import tariffs and reduce landed costs. You also get the ability to restock faster with shorter lead times and lower freight risks. It's easier with regards to compliance with labelling and state transport rules, and you also get the ability to co-pack at scale and run region-specific SKUs and packs. So what is the Infinity Blue offer? We can source local co-packers, develop costs, manage specific transfers. We can also do quality control and small batch pilot runs to validate formulations and packaging, as well as ongoing operational management if requested. In addition to this, we offer cross-border solutions, so we can actually act as your merchant of record. This streamlines your entry into new marketplaces, leveraging our established accounts to facilitate sales on your behalf. We can handle all applicable tax obligations and ensure full compliance with local regulations. You'll also receive support from our in-country teams, as mentioned earlier. We can also support you through by acting as your importer of record and the management of your stock. So this means we can support you with marketplace fulfillment or self-fulfillment support if you're doing it yourself, which removes barriers and offers a seamless market entry. So why might you want to expand overseas? It's quite simple, really. It helps you to diversify revenue and reduce dependency on the UK market. It helps to mitigate risks from domestic and economic downturns, and it helps you to tap into higher growth markets with rising demand. It also allows you to create continuous growth and innovation from new audiences, and it increases brand equity and valuation with a global footprint. As you know, we've got a Walmart relationship, which we're very proud of. We are a verified solutions provider. So that in short means we are trusted by Walmart. We offer comprehensive onboarding, which is streamlined, and it offers a unified process via Walmart Success Hub. We offer optimized product presence, which is expert listing creation and optimization, as well as compliance support. Through into cross-border and logistics expertise, because we can support you for Walmart Fulfillment Services, which is WFS. We also offer advertising and growth support, which is done through Walmart Connect campaign management. In short, this is a data-driven growth strategy. And through our in-market teams, we also offer global and local capability, which is a deep understanding of the US market and global expansion. So these are some of the brands we currently work with and have partnered with us. The likes of Hornby, Hilltop Honey, Black Sheep, etc. Some of these brands you may be very familiar with. In short, we work with all brands of different sizes, shapes, and forms, and we would welcome to partner with anybody listening today. So if you've got any questions on what our core services are and how it is we can accelerate you into market, especially with regards to Walmart, please feel free to reach out. Again, my name's Jason. My email address is jason@infinitybluegroup.com. But I'm sure Julia is going to share the slide at the end of the call, and I'm really looking forward to answering some of your questions at the end. So over to you, Julia, and thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Jason. That was very interesting. Thank you very much. Right, I'm gonna pass it on now to Nielsen Vardy from Walmart Global Marketplace. Thank you, Nielsen.
Thanks, Julia, and thanks for the opportunity for Walmart to speak today and talk to the Greater Manchester Chamber of Commerce and some of the businesses you work with. And cheers, Jason. That was very helpful for me as well. And thanks to Alessandro Fonseca, who set up the call for Walmart. So the exciting thing, we can probably go to the next slide already, Julia, but the exciting thing about Walmart in Europe at the moment, or in the UK, is we actually opened a London office earlier this year. And the sole purpose of this office is to help, UK and European businesses sell onto the Walmart.com marketplace. A lot of people know Walmart as, the Fortune 1 company in the US, obviously over 4,500 stores over in the US. But what we're really about is growing out that marketplace offering, and what we're seeing from our customers is a demand for European assortment, which is why I'm here and why I was so lucky back in April to start as our first business development hire. And by business development, I mean it's really about onboarding and incubating new brands and sellers to do well on the Walmart marketplace. And that's key to our ethos. Like, it's a people-led business and tech-powered. And that's why we're here in this office helping the UK market to really the ultimate goal and the underlying goal of Walmart always has been to save money and live better. So I think the marketplace ties in really well to that. And yeah, so yeah, what is the e-commerce journey so far of Walmart? They actually in financial year 24 passed 100 bill in revenue. So it's by no means a small operation. There's 270 million customers on those e-commerce channels globally, and in the US we have over 4,600 stores and growing. And part of that means that there's that brand prominence, and most of the US lives very close to a store. So it's 90% of the US population lives within 10 miles of a store. Now, in terms of how that's growing, like we've already crossed that 100 billion mark. So Q1 of this financial year, apologies, the formatting seems slightly off the slides, but that's on me. So up 22% Q1. We saw a really good quarter. The results came out actually in the last week. So it's continued to have that growth. But so yeah, it's something like 13 or 14 consecutives of double-digit growth in e-com for Walmart. So it's an opportunity to get in and grow with us as we're investing a lot into our e-commerce channels. Cool. And I'll just take you through the different marketplaces we offer. So the opportunity today, it's not a UK marketplace. It is a marketplace in the US. So it's an opportunity to access that massive market, which is the US market. But then also it's the same platform that powers our US, our Walmart.com, that powers our Canada marketplace and our Mexico and Chile marketplace. So it's actually an opportunity to sell into those three established markets. But we encourage to launch in the US first because it is the biggest opportunity. But then you've also got those expansion opportunities in Canada and Mexico. And so, on terms of the marketplace itself, just to hone in a little bit of those figures and how that's growing. So, Q1's the last quarter of last financial year, it was 34% growth. And that was the sixth consecutive quarter of over 30% sales growth. And so that marketplace is growing massively. And it's been similar growth this year as well. And there's been a lot of investment from Walmart educating the US consumer about Walmart.com being that everything store and having a greater assortment than what's available in the for their supermarket shop where they're more traditionally going to Walmart to or anything else general merchandise. So part of that means we're getting 120 million unique visitors per month, and 85% of those are making a purchase monthly. So it's a very active shopper base, and I think it's just less than 40%, 39 odd percent of shoppers are actually making a purchase weekly. So it's a really good opportunity to get in front of a Walmart shopper when they're doing that weekly, possibly that grocery shop, and then it can give them that premium assortment of UK products at the same time. Just to hone in a little bit on that Canada market as well. It's obviously not quite at the scale of the US, but it still is a big market with 25 million unique monthly visitors over the last 3 years, 200% sales growth. And there's over 100 of that. This is probably a pretty dated figure now. There'll be a lot more now, but 100 million items online. So there's a lot of opportunity, and we're looking for assortment from all categories. And then just the next slide talks a little bit about Mexico. So Mexico, slightly bigger in terms of our customer base, similar in growth. We've had a 40% GMV growth, so 40% growth in sales. What's really cool, and I'll go a little bit into how we can support fulfillment, but what's really cool about Mexico is if you're using Walmart, it's called Walmart Fulfillment Services, we can actually fulfill from a US warehouse into Mexico as well. So it reduces a lot of friction to open up another country for our marketplace sellers. And just the next couple of slides, it talks a little bit more about that Mexico opportunity. And I included these slides because it's a bit different, and it is quite cool the amount Walmart's invested in their offering there in terms of in-store kiosks is a huge value add, so that you can actually go into store and shop the full marketplace and have more assortment that's actually available while they're doing their grocery shop or whatever they're picking up in store. Part of that as well, we've got diversified payment options. So you can actually still pay in cash to make a marketplace order because of these in-store kiosks. So that's a big value add because a lot of Mexican consumers still actually prefer to use cash as their payment method. And then we have a lot of things set up like, Mexican language support as well. Sorry, Spanish language support to help with customers in that local market. And that extends to marketplace sellers too. And this is just a little bit of a screenshot of or a photo of what that looks like in store to actually shop on the marketplace. So it's been a very successful rollout for Walmart, and it's something very very niche to Walmart's marketplace offering. And just a little bit on the leader brand in Chile. So it's a number one omni retailer. It's a very trusted brand, number three brand in Chile. It's not as big as the other marketplaces, but it's another really good opportunity to get some Southern Hemisphere exposure for our marketplace sellers. So it can be, go in the opposite cycles of the US in terms of some consumer trends. This is a screenshot of our dashboard. Very intuitive to use. There's a lot of guides that are all publicly available to learn how to use our platform. There's even certifications. So our Walmart Connect, our ad platform, you can even gain a certification on, and it's very very worthwhile going through. And by going through that kind of training, you can really understand digital marketing as a whole as well. And what you can see here in that drop down in the top right corner of your screen is it's as simple as clicking Add Canada, Add Mexico, Add Chile to open up those new markets. So if you launch in the US, and then when you're ready, you can select the SKUs that you want to be able to ship into those new markets. Cool. And now to talk a little bit about how you can succeed being a UK or a Manchester-based business in the US. So this is a really cool flywheel that sums up what it will take to do well on the platform, and it's what our approved solution providers like Jason and his team can definitely help with. But then you can also do it yourself. And I'll start from the top left corner and work my way around. But the performance is a big thing. So on-time delivery, low cancel rate, high response rate, low refund rate. Things we look for to get this thing called pro seller status, which is what the little ribbon in the middle indicates. And how you can do on-time delivery is it's just making sure using the right delivery partner, whether it's us or whether you're doing your own fulfillment from the UK, setting customer expectations, right? So if you are shipping from the UK for a US order, you've got to let the shopper know that it's going to be 13 days or whatever it might be to get there. But then, if you're using Walmart fulfillment services, we're going to mean that it can be a 2-day shipping. So you're going to get a really good seller success score, and you'll get more views on your products. So the next piece there is content and discoverability. Very important to have good quality images, good quality descriptions of your products. We have a lot of support here in terms of listing your products. You can do a bulk upload of a spreadsheet for getting your products in our platform. There's several third parties which you may already be working with to help upload your catalog. Let's say you already have your own Shopify D2C store. Walmart can have that into a middleware with Shopify so that we can pull your listings from there to get them live. So that's going to be very important. And anyone with any marketplace experience will probably be familiar with this and know this already. Fast and free shipping, that's really going to help drive. I'll show you in future slides, but it generally sees a 50% increase in sales. Walmart has a members club called Walmart Plus, and that means that those shoppers get that free shipping. But if you can offer free shipping through your own provider as well, that's obviously going to increase your conversion chances with your products. Boosting the visibility of your products is very important as well. So with that, we have Walmart Connect. I'll go into that a little bit in the future slides, but that's the Walmart's marketing platform. So it's a very powerful form of resale media because you're getting to that customer at the point of purchase. So it's not like something in the tube or on a billboard where you're actually getting that customer and they might be looking at shampoo or whatever it is your product might be, or maybe it's organic shampoo, and you can find that that exact customer at the point of purchase. Which then also the Walmart Connect platform ties into our brand ownership piece. You can actually register your brand, own your listing, and then you can have your own brand page on Walmart, which can be very good for SEO if you are a brand owner. We also do a lot in terms of helping you getting started. So there's obviously a cold start problem on any e-commerce platform where if you don't have any reviews, customers might be a bit apprehensive about buying that product. We actually have our own review syndication program, which we can help pull reviews from your own direct-to-consumer channels. We also have several partners that offer this service too. So that's something during that incubation period we definitely encourage sellers to work with. And then finally, pricing strategy is a big piece. So, we obviously encourage our sellers to give the sharpest price possible. It's all about saving money for our customers. However, if we're never going to tell you what you should set your price at, that's entirely up to you as the business. And we have a lot of tools that can help you set your price, give you insights into what the market price is. And then we have some really cool promotions as well. With if you are doing over a 10% discount, it means you're going to get better visibility on the website. If you've got pro seller status, if you're doing well on the website, we've got these things called flash deals, which get millions of impressions and change weekly, and that can be a real opportunity to promote some of your faster moving products. So that's a good summary of what it will take to succeed and what people like Infinity Blue with Jason can help with as well as what our team here in London can help with in the incubation process. It's just thanks, Julia. Excuse me. So just to hone in a little bit more on the fulfillment piece, because this is it's a big point. You're in the UK, your products might be in the UK, and you're probably wondering, well, yeah, how do we fulfill to that US consumer? So you can actually do it yourself. You might have your own stock already in the US. You might want to use 3PL. Might want to use another marketplace fulfillment service. That's completely fine. We have a lot of integrations built with shipping partners in the US already. Or we obviously encourage Walmart fulfillment services as well, which I'll give you a little bit of insight into now how that works. If you can go next slide, Pete, Julia. So Walmart fulfillment services, you can ship your products from the UK or from wherever, and we'll receive them at one of our Walmart fulfillment centers across the US. And this is very aggressively priced. So it is a paid service where you'll pay for us to store and fulfill your products. But when it comes to other marketplaces offering the service, we come in on average 15% less than their services. But what it means is it really means 2 days shipping across the continental US. So it means that those customers who are Walmart Plus customers are going to get free shipping. We're also going to look after returns for you, so you don't need to worry about having someone monitor US hours for returns. If someone wants to return a product to one of our stores that they live close to, they've got that opportunity to with Walmart fulfillment services. And it really drives an uptick in GMV and revenue growth. And that stat that you can see on screen, that 66% of our top 500 sellers are actually using WFS. You don't have to use it, but it's very advantageous to do so. And generally, those sellers that use it will get a 50% GMV increase. Obviously, varies category to category, business to business, but it is a very powerful tool, and we handle things like prepping products for customers, and if your products are they can be stored at ambient temperature. They're not over, I believe it's like 223 kilos. We can take care of them. So there's just a couple of those services we offer. It's part of Walmart fulfillment services. We offer that seller support, prep service. We can even have preferred rates if you have your own warehouse in the US and you want to ship it to one of our Walmart fulfillment centers. You can do that all in our platform. We have recommended, these are actually very powerful, and a lot of our sellers will use where if you log into our seller center, that dashboard I showed you earlier, we can actually give you the insight of, hey, you're running low on this particular product. You're out of stock on this product. You're missing out on $3,000 worth in sales. We recommend to get X amount of stock to them. So it's a very smart platform where it's looking at what the consumer demand is. It's looking at customer buying indicators and helping inform you to run your business and do as well as possible. And then, yeah, I mentioned earlier that we handle the customer service and returns as well. Some other really powerful factors of WFS is if you're shipping in from Asia, so there's several ports in China we support, we can actually give you a quote in platform to do that shipping for you. And because Walmart ships so much into the US from Asia, you're going to get a really sharp rate in doing that. So if that's the business you have where you can support with that, we're across the US, which gets that 2 day shipping. The tile in the middle about selling on any channel, multi-channel solutions. This is also very powerful because we are so cost effective. It means that you can have your Shopify website, you can be on another marketplace, major marketplace site, and Walmart fulfillment services can do the fulfillment for you, even if it's not on Walmart. So it is multi-channel. We won't send it in a Walmart branded box, but it's a huge unlock for you if you want to set up your own D2C Shopify site, or if you want us to do the fulfillment for your Shopify site or your other e-com platform site or whatever it might be. We don't force you to have any minimum amount of products or any maximum amount, so we can be very flexible to support your business strategy there. And then by using Walmart fulfillment services, you will have that tag and people can search by fulfilled by Walmart on walmart.com. So there is going to be greater visibility for you using WFS. Thanks, Julia. So yeah, the process is you ship your products to WFS. If you don't already have a partner for that, we can obviously introduce you to one of our approved solution providers. We store, pack, ship the orders, and we can prep them if you need us to as well. 2 day delivery, sometimes even faster than that. Sometimes not when it's, absolute peak. And then we can look after all the customer care and the post-purchase services too. So how much that's going to cost? The QR code and screen should link you to our Walmart fulfillment services calculator, or you can just Google it, WFS calculator. You'll find it pretty quickly, and it's going to tell you exactly how much the storage and fulfillment is going to cost. You can figure out if it makes sense for you which products and where the unit economics are going to sit for your business. And just a few things to be aware of. So there is that weight limit, 500 pounds, which I think it's just over 220 kilograms. Those are the size limitations. We can ship things that come in multiple boxes as kits. We currently can't support refrigerated or frozen items. You technically can still sell those products on Walmart.com. You just have to use another third party to do that. And no hazardous items. So there's lists of those on our website I can share, and then things like alcohol we can't do either. Well, yeah, you can't sell alcohol as a Walmart.com shopper. So, or there of course is the option you take care of it yourself. We've got a lot of integrations pre-built to help you with that, so you can do your own seller fulfilled products, and there's services that we can help you support that on. Cool. And just so screenshot here on Walmart Connect and what that can look like. So this is that ad platform I mentioned, which is you want to obviously get reviews of your product first, can be very helpful. Um, but it's a very powerful way to get in front of that customer. In this case, that screenshot's a bit blurry for me, but what the customer's searching for is coffee. So if someone was looking for a certain type of coffee, dark roast coffee, it's like you can get in front of that customer, and then you can get a really strong return on ad spend. So on average, you see a 5 times return on ad spend for those customers using Walmart Connect, and 83%, I believe, is the stat there of top sellers will advertise with Walmart Connect. So it's very well used. We have these new seller incentives, which will actually mean that you'll get credit to test it out. And then, of course, as Jason mentioned earlier, there's a ton of partners who can help, as well as themselves, who can help you optimize that. And the slide here talks about Walmart being able to advertise actually beyond Walmart.com. So there's some really cool ways with Walmart Connect to get in front of your customers if you're a brand owner. So you can do things like a listing page takeover, sponsored video, very engaging content, as well as when you have brand portal and you set up that brand page. But what Walmart Connect can even offer is actual Google shopping ads. So, and in this example on screen, someone searching for a giant stuffed teddy bear. You've got to imagine in the US, a customer will then see that it's your giant stuffed teddy bear from Walmart, arguably the one of the most trusted names in retail with your brand. So it's that way to validate your brand actually on Google. So, very powerful way to advertise, and that's all through the same Walmart Connect platform that lets you advertise on site on Walmart.com as well. And just on the brand portal, so any brand owners, they do need to have a trademark with the USPTO, so they need to have a trademark in the US. But I always encourage them to do this because it means that they can set up that brand page. You can see that skincare example on the right-hand side. And it means that they own all their listings, so they can protect their intellectual property and they can own that listing on Walmart and own the way it's talking to their potential new customers or their existing customers. So it's definitely something we encourage to do. And then having that Walmart page, that branded shop is also can have benefits for things like SEO. What is it? Yeah, what does it all cost? What's our business model? So and in one of my later slides will show you how we help new sellers. There'll actually be discounts on these referral rates, but it's probably a marketplace model that you're familiar with, where there'll be a commission or a referral fee on each item you drive that's driven to sale on the platform. And those percentages on screen, as you can see, will differ according to the vertical you're in or the price point. So, for example, baby products are 8% up to $10, then above $10 in price, they'll be 15%. So that's the marketplace business model for Walmart. These are all publicly available as well. So you can just Google Walmart Marketplace referral fees to find what they would be for your exact SKU or product. Cool, thanks, Julia. So just to run through now the onboarding steps and what's actually required for onboarding. So we accept, which is great. We accept UK business entities. You don't actually need to set up a US business entity. And when you do apply, we just need to make sure you give us the right business address and things like that. We'll need a bank statement or utility bill from the business. We do need a personal ID, ideally from a director of the business. A history of marketplace success or e-com success is very helpful as well, so we can know that you do have that proficiency to get your products listed and operate and optimize that. And then if you don't have that experience yet, I suppose there's always people like Infinity Blue to talk to help you with that. And then in terms of the products, they do need to have GTINs or UPCs to list on Walmart.com. They need to not be a prohibited product. You can do your own fulfillment or use us for fulfillment to really take the stress out of it. And then that last requirement there is a key one. So you do need to have a US return address to put on record to get the account open. As I mentioned before, if you're using WFS, the return address, pardon me, will be less relevant, of course, because they're using us for returns. But there's third parties that can help with setting up a US returns address as well if you don't have one yet. So to get the account open, you can reach out to, I'm sure Julia, Jason could support you, or you're welcome to reach out to me where I'll determine, there's obviously more than just me in the office. I'll determine who can look after you from that standpoint. I'm more enterprise businesses, but I still help SMBs as well. So we'd actually create an invitation link for you to open the account. So we'd ask for a few business details from you. From there, you verify the business, verify who you are, set up the payments details. So choose the payment provider you're going to use, and then the shipping details. Then from there, you're really going live, listing products, whether you're pulling them from another platform, uploading them yourself, listing them yourself. You can do it all those ways. Then from there, you're going to incubate. So you're going to want to bring across reviews, start looking into advertising and things like that. And then just, yeah, optimizing and making sure everything's working well. Those new seller incentives I mentioned, so this is where you can get a discount on the referral fees. So these ones are actually only valid now until the end of Jan. So if you open your account now, you'd only be able to use these till the end of Jan. Whereas my best guess would be we'll have new seller incentives launching in February is generally how it works. However, we can't guarantee anything. These are all publicly listed as well. But yeah, when you first get started, we really want you to do well. So we actually give you 30% off those referral fees for your first 50K in sales. Anything above 50K up to 750K, we'll actually give you 75% off those referral fees. And then we also give you credits on Walmart fulfillment services if you're going to use us for fulfillment. And then finally, Walmart Connect will give you those credits I mentioned on Walmart Connect too. Now, if just a very high level of why Walmart, you're obviously utilizing from a very established and prolific, and we've got obviously stores and fulfillment centers everywhere that can help you get your products across the country, and then into new countries as well with Canada and Mexico and Chile. You have the Walmart Connect platform to help you get in front of new customers. We're the leading omni retailer, so we can really help in terms of that fulfillment piece and that return piece. And then we're not going to shut you down from growing on other platforms if you're using things like WFS and there is on that last point on the bottom right hand corner of the slide, you can see there is a path to 1P assortment as well. So question we often get asked is how do we get in store in Walmart? And the marketplace can be a very good audition for in-store because our in-store merchants are looking at sales. And if you do really well on marketplace, it's a good way to get into the Walmart ecosystem and get noticed by Walmart. And just over that final slide, thanks, Julia, there's a lot of resources online. So the Sell Better blog's talking a lot about sellers and how they've done well. The seller success formula is just really the guide to how to do well. Marketplace Learn is going to be really helpful for fulfillment, getting set up. And then that final QR code is those new seller incentives I've taken you through. But yeah, thanks again for the opportunity to run through it all. And I think we've got a few questions, but yeah, feel free to reach out to me or Jason or Julia if you'd like to learn a bit more.
Thank you very much, Nielsen. That was extremely insightful. Thank you so much. Okay, so before I actually have a couple of questions for you guys, just so if anyone has doubts, I'm gonna be the first one. So the first one is actually for you, Nielsen. So what type of products or verticals are performing well on the platform lately?
Yeah, we're all categories really are what we're looking for. But just to hone in on some that are high growth, I've got some actually prepared written down here, like home, fashion, automotive's very high growth, collectibles, even resold sellers. You do need to be approved first, but if there's certain collectible items and things like fashion, we can work with them. Seasonal's always done really well on Walmart. Lifestyle categories like outdoor living, educational toys. But then, yeah, for the UK specifically, beauty's always done really well for us. Home, toys, electronics, seasonal. Yeah, some categories that are worth mentioning.
Right, thank you. And how can Walmart Marketplace support businesses if they decide to ship the product themselves or versus like utilizing WFS?
Yeah, so we have integrations built with the third-party shipping providers. So we try and make it as simple as possible if you want to do your own fulfillment. If you are fulfilling from the US, from the UK and you need to set up delays in the platform, that's being enabled too. So yeah, we don't want to create friction and say you have to use WFS. It's more about a great option for you if you want us to look after that piece for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like that from your presentation. It looks like a great support in case people want to go that way. And in terms of cost involved with WFS, obviously there's the calculator that you mentioned earlier, but are there any quantity maximum minimums?
Yeah, no, there's that's a good point. Yeah, there's no maximum or minimum. So it's a question we often get asked, do we need to send a container load? This is no, send a quantity that you're comfortable with and you think will last 6 or so weeks before you have to send that new stock in.
Yeah, perfect. Jason, I have questions for you as well. So, do businesses need to set up a legal entity to trade with Walmart?
So in short, they actually don't, which is good news. They can simply just trade off the UK entity and UK bank, which in short helps them get onto the platform sooner and basically capitalize on the opportunity sooner as well. So yeah, that's good news.
Absolutely. And what type of ad spend do they need to budget for on Walmart?
Okay, so really good question. So we recommend or advise anything between $1,000 to $3,000 to start with, so that it can become discoverable. But this all sort of depends on their sort of category and product. But yeah, we say between £1,000 and £3,000.
Perfect, thank you. And how much stock instead should they look to send into WFS or 3PL?
Yeah, so again, it depends on shipping timings and location. So we would always advise around 3 months worth of stock, 3 months worth of stock cover, and we would then look to review this on an ongoing basis, so that they're not holding any sort of unnecessary stock, which is costing them
Yeah,
money in these fulfillment centres.
of course. Thank you. Uh, Back to Nielsen. Um, so, will businesses get the opportunity to sell also to other countries apart from the US? Obviously, you mentioned there's Walmart, Chile, Mexico, and so on, but is there like a scope to reach further countries? And what does it take if so?
Yeah, right now we're just supporting, let's just say, that same platform for US, Mexico, Canada, Chile. But yeah, beyond that, not yet. But then there's a global footprint of Walmart as well. So maybe something in future.
And in case businesses are already operating on other online marketplaces, does that affect the onboarding onto Walmart or?
It can make onboarding sometimes easier because products and listings are a lot, they're ready to go. We can use the same listing data that they've already got set up. They don't need to by any stretch. Sellers don't need to have that experience yet. They can get started with us. And then, of course, we can help if you're using WFS, we can help fulfill for those other channels too, if sellers choose to do that.
It sounds easy enough. Fantastic. Right. If anyone has any questions, you can write them in the chat. I will be sharing them with Nielsen and Jason, and they will review and obviously come back to me with an answer. So I'm going to give everyone a few minutes in case you have questions over what they covered, obviously questions on how Infinity Blue works as well. So yeah, just a couple of minutes for everyone. And but yeah, in the meantime, I like to thank you again, guys, for joining us. The webinar was extremely interesting. Thank you, Nielsen. Your presentation was very fulfilling, insightful. You explained Walmart in and out. And also, Jason, uh, looking forward to work more with you. Yeah, so thanks, guys.
It's an absolute pleasure, Julia. Thank you so much for inviting me along today.
Yeah, thanks again, Julia, and thanks, Jason. I'm looking forward to working with all of you going forward as well.
Absolutely. There don't seem to be any questions. Um, so yeah, I'll just like to tell everyone, thank you for joining us today. Obviously, if I can see some hands up. or not. No, they disappeared now. Sorry. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us today. Obviously, if you have any questions after the webinar, reach out to me. I'm gonna share them with Nielsen and Jason. And I hope you enjoyed the webinar. You're gonna receive an email with a copy of the slides. And yeah, thanks again for your time today. Thank you very much again, guys. It's been lovely.
Cheers. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. See you later.